Hey, and welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to make sure the page works properly across different screen sizes. So now that the structure is clean and the content is in place, the next step is to check how the page behaves on desktop, iPad and mobile, and make the small adjustments needed to keep everything readable and balanced. So the key idea here is that we are not creating three different sizes, three different designs. We are working from one main structure and only making breakpoint specific changes when something actually needs to adapt. So in this lesson, we will go through the page, switch between views, fix the most common responsive issues, and keep the layout clean across all breakpoints. So this is not an advanced course about responsivity. So we will just try to understand exactly how it works today and how to fix the problem we could have. Just actually, as we use pre-designed sections, by default they are already responsive, and this is great for us because it is a lot of work to make sections and the content responsive in general. So this is great. Now we're just going to try to understand exactly how it works. So basically, we have the breakpoints that we control here: base, MD, LG, XL. Base is the breakpoint that represents the mobiles, and these styles are in a way spreaded across all breakpoints. So for example, if you design on base breakpoint and there, for example, we set a background to color, let's say pink, this background is going to be effective on all breakpoints everywhere. But if, for example, we select the breakpoint LG, which is for big screens in a way, so this one, and we set a background color to, let's say, red. Okay, this is not beautiful, but no, rose, sorry. Then the background is going to be rose only for big screens, for desktop. If you go to iPad, we are not going to have the same color. We are going to have the base color we set just before, and the background rose is going to be effective only for big screens. And so basically this is exactly how it works. So for example, in here we want for big screens 4 columns into the grid. So this is a grid component, and we can control the number of columns here. We can see that as we are on the breakpoint base, we have only 1 column. Then MD 3 column, which means that on iPad view we are going to have 3 columns, and on LG breakpoint 4 columns, which means that on the desktop view we are going to have 4 columns. So as you can see, the view is completely independent from the breakpoints that we have here. We can control everything independently, and this is great for the workflow. So let's try to design a responsive section from scratch, just to train and just so we can have an example and understand exactly how it works. So for example, we are going to use a section. Okay, we put it here, we remove this, we are going to put a grid block into this section, and so maybe put an image. So we copy paste Command C, Command V, the shortcuts. We copy paste the image into this so we can understand exactly what's happening. And so let's imagine we want only 1 column for mobiles. We are going to make sure that we are on the breakpoint base, and we are going to set the columns to 1. Then the thing is that this is gonna make so grid column 1 for all all different size of screen, and so this is not what we want. So for iPad we want 2 columns, so we go on MD and 2 columns, and for desktop maybe we want 3 columns, so we are going to set 3. Then we are going just to apply a style. So this is not the chapter today, but let's just style this, adding maybe a bit more gap. Oh, and let's make sure that we are not going to apply the gap on only LG breakpoint. We're going to, so go back, we can remove this, go on base breakpoint and apply a gap. So we are sure that the gap is going to be applied to all breakpoints. And we can even add, so we select the section and we add, for example, a padding on x-axis and on y-axis. Okay, great. I know it may not be easy to understand at first, or maybe it is, I don't know. I let you try it on your side, and I see you guys in the next lesson.